Hello, Oilers fans. Austin here with today's pregame report for Game 3 between the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, there was some bad news this morning coming out of oil country. Calvin Pickard was not at morning skate, and it was determined that Stuart Skinner is going to be getting the start tonight. Calvin Pickard, of course, is 6-0. He is running a hot streak right now, an absolute heater in that crease for Edmonton. But because of the potential injury that he sustained when Thomas Hertl fell on that left leg in Game 2, Calvin Pickard is not available tonight, so it is up to Stuart Skinner and the rest of the team to rally around that and find a way to put the pressure on Vegas, find a way to get the win. I don't care how they do it. Find a way, try and go up 3-0 on the Golden Knights and hope that Calvin Pickard is only day-to-day. That is such a huge loss for Edmonton, and it's a huge, emotional bummer, too. I really feel for Pickard because, the team really rallied around him. The fans have rallied around him. 6-0 in the postseason. And obviously, listen, I'm not saying that Edmonton can't win with Stuart Skinner, right? And I'm not trying to downplay Stu. I'm not trying to downplay his importance to the team. But waking up and then seeing that news this morning, obviously, chances of winning, at least in the eyes of this fan base, do go down when Stuart Skinner is in the net. However, in saying that does not mean that the team cannot rally around Stuart Skinner. If they were able to rally around Calvin Pickard when Stu was pulled after Game 2 against the Kings, I imagine this team should be able to rally around Stu. It is up to this team. You win as a team, you lose as a team. Rally around your boys, rally around your goaltender. Shelter him as much as you can, obviously. And for Stuart Skinner, I hope he's been inspired by Calvin Pickard's performance. He has been nothing but a good teammate to Calvin Pickard after every single win. Stuart Skinner, you can tell he's genuinely happy for Calvin Pickard. Now it's up to Stu. Now it's his turn to go in there. He lost that crease. It's up to him to go in there, get that crease back, help the Edmonton Oilers continue this run that they've been on, help them win, and help them go up 3-0. I'm going to say it right now. Let's just say Stuart Skinner legacy game. Let's do it. I'm all aboard the positivity train right now. So in today's pregame report, if you end up enjoying, make sure to smash the like button. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel and you want to be subscribed, make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell so that you're notified whenever I upload or go live. Because yes, during game days, I do live stream commentaries during the game. I will be live once again tonight for Game 3, which is at Rogers Place. We're back home in Edmonton, and that crowd is going to be absolutely insane. It is going to be deafening in that building, and I think, honestly, this is the perfect time for Skinner to get back into the crease, right? You're on home ice, so the Oilers can take advantage of the line matchups that they want. They're good at shot suppression at home. They're good at scoring goals at home, and, of course, the fans are going to rally, and they're going to be behind Stu as well. I know it. In today's pregame report, we'll be discussing the lineups, the stats, so, the advanced metrics and the normal metrics. I will also be discussing the keys to the game for both teams, players to watch, and my score prediction. Now, my score prediction is never correct because it's not based on any form of science. It's just for fun. So make sure you all let me know who your players to watch are and what your score prediction is. I love reading all the comments. I read every single one. Let's jump into the projected lineups here for Edmonton. Absolutely no changes when it comes to this forward group, the defensive group, but the change is in net. Stuart Skinner will get the start. Olivier Rodrigue is going to be the backup tonight. So hopefully Rodrigue does not have to come in and see any action, because if he does, that means either two things. Number one, Stu gives up 4 goals on 5 shots and they have to pull him. Or 2, Stuart Skinner gets hurt. This team cannot afford any type of injury to any more goaltenders right now, and hopefully Calvin Pickard is back ASAP. When it comes to the forward group, you have Draisaitl with McDavid and Corey Perry, and the Vegas Golden Knights have done a very good job at limiting McDavid and Draisaitl's offense. When they're on home in Vegas, they like to put Eichel out against the McDavid line as their matchup, and Jack Eichel's line is incredibly efficient at shutdown hockey. Eichel and Stone are 2 of the best when it comes to their two-way play, their checking, their sticks, and McDavid and Draisaitl, until late in overtime, they really had nothing going. The Oilers even had a 5-minute power play, and McDavid and Draisaitl were unable to really get anything going. Just constant sticks in lanes, bobbling pucks. Hopefully in Edmonton, the ice quality is just a little bit better than Vegas. Not saying that the ice is bad in Vegas, but there were a lot of players falling, a lot of pucks bouncing around, and hopefully they're able to drive some offense at 5-on-5 tonight. Chris Knobloch, make sure you get McDavid and Draisaitl away from that Jack Eichel line. On the second line, you'll have Evander Kane with Nugent Hopkins and Zach Hyman. This line has been on fire. Now, yesterday, I made a post on Twitter or X.com, and among all forwards that are remaining in the postseason right now with at least 50 minutes of time on ice, Evander Kane leads the entire playoffs in expected goals for percentage at 5-on-5, 67.99%. And when it comes to the actual goals for, goals against, he is 6-6. So he is even when he's on the ice. But because of how strong the expected goals are when this line is out there, Kane, Nugent, Hyman, this line, I'm telling you right now, they are due to absolutely explode for offense. This is a line that is absolutely just, they're not putting the puck in the net at the rate that the expected goals would be. Look for this line to be the X factor tonight. Look for this line to contribute. In game one, Zach Hyman, he scored the eventual game winner. A nice shot over the glove of Aiden Hill. And then in game two, Evander Kane scored to make it 4-2 in the third period. They are producing. They are starting to heat up. Keep an eye on them. This is an X factor line for the Oilers. Third line is Trent Frederick with Adam Henrique and Connor Brown. This is a line that quietly does their job, and they do it very, very well. Frederick's had looks. Henrique's had looks. Connor Brown has 4 goals in the playoffs. A little bit quieter in game 2 for that line, but I expect them on home ice to contribute meaningfully when it comes to offense. And I also expect this line to potentially be Edmonton's checking line against Jack Eichel. I would not be surprised if they put them out there. Maybe you want a different center than Henrique if you just want to be able to keep up with the foot speed of a guy like Jack Eichel. But I imagine this will be the checking line for Edmonton. And obviously, hopefully they can produce a little bit of offense for the team as well. And on the fourth line, you'll have Vasily Podkolzin, Matthias Janmark, and Victor Arvidsson. This line connected for 2 goals in game 2. Podkolzin finally got his first of the postseason. Arvidsson had a couple of apples. Matthias Janmark has been terrific throughout the entire playoffs. Look for this line to hopefully get a little bit more than 7 minutes of ice time like they've been averaging. I'd like to see them in that 10-minute mark range because they are very effective when they are out there. Now, when it comes to the defense, you have Nurse with Bouchard, and they continue to be a very strong defense pair, though I still would prefer, Wallman with Bouchard and Nurse with Klingberg. But hey, I'm not going to complain. The advanced metrics are solid for these two, Nurse and Bouchard, that is. And they need Nurse and Bouchard to keep playing as good as they have. Darnell Nurse has scored a couple goals in his last 3 games. Evan Bouchard, he hasn't been scoring, but he is doing really good things. He's still putting up a couple apples here and there. They need to continue to, do what they're doing when it comes to the offense, but most importantly, keep playing well defensively. Don't give up too much when it comes to the defensive side of the puck, especially in front of Stuart Skinner. They're going to have to do their best to get that puck out of the zone as quickly as possible tonight, and don't allow Vegas to put too much pressure on you. On the second pair, you have Wallman with Klingberg, and this has been an absolute X-factor pairing for Edmonton. Wallman and Klingberg have been phenomenal. And John Klingberg specifically, I know I talk him up and I love to talk about Klingberg, but I just can't stop being excited about how happy I am for this player, how happy I am that he's been able to step in meaningfully into this lineup, how happy I am that he feels confident, he feels good after the hip surgeries that he's had and all of the pain and suffering that you go through in rehab to get back to this point. John Klingberg's career could have been over, and it's inspiring to see what he's doing in the playoffs. The hardest games of the year, and John Klingberg is elevated his game. Same with Jake Wallman. Wallman's been phenomenal. He scored his first goal of the series in game 2. Look for him to continue to contribute on offense and continue to play well defensively. And then on the third pair, you have Kulak with Emberson. Now, Kulak gets a lot of minutes. Ty Emberson does not. After the first period in game 2, Ty Emberson played about 1:40 total, and I'm pretty sure all that time was on the penalty kill, and the Oilers gave up 2 goals on that penalty kill. So for Ty Emberson, if he wants to see more ice time, he's got to be a little bit more meaningful with what he's doing out there. I don't think he has been poor, except for the penalty kill. You cannot just allow that open lane for Victor Victor Olofsson to one time it past your goaltender from the Draisaitl spot. Kulak and Emerson, I hope they get more ice time. Emerson specifically, sorry. I need Emerson a little bit more ice time because eventually, the longer the series goes, I don't want to see what happened to, what happened to the Kings in the first round, where their top, defensive pairing guys were getting worn out, just playing too much. Also, get a lead. Playing with a lead would be very nice as well. In goal, you have Stu, and then Evan Rodrigue, or Olivier Rodrigue. Evan Rodrigue. Oh my God, that's a Florida Panther. What am I doing? What is wrong with my brain? It's Olivier Rodrigue in the backup. When it comes to the stats for this game, the Vegas Golden Knights, they are 4-4 in the playoffs. Their power play is red hot. They rank 3rd in the postseason, 32%. Their penalty kill ranks 4th, also red hot, 83.3%. The team scores 3 goals per game, which ranks 10th, so not super great. The offense for Vegas at 5-on-5 has been very minimal. They are actually a -9 goal differential at 5-on-5. The Golden Knights have to get that 5-on-5 goal scoring up if they want any chance of coming back in this series. Goals against per game is 3.50, which ranks 11th, and Adin Hill has looked a little bit shaky in that crease for Vegas. He does come up in big moments, but the Oilers just keep firing pucks on him because he is a little bit leaky right now. The expected goals for Vegas at 5-on-5, they rank 6th. High danger chances, they rank 8th. And shots for percentage, they rank 5th. So their 5-on-5 metrics are much better than what the actual goals and goals against are showing. For Vegas, that means that they're going to eventually regress towards, positively towards the mean. That means the 5-on-5 offense will likely start clicking, but maybe the power play starts to come down. If you're Edmonton, you have to keep doing what you're doing at 5-on-5, and you have to play better than you did in Game 2. Vegas did a good job of neutralizing Edmonton for the most part at 5-on-5 in Game 2. They have to find a way to break through tonight. For the Oilers, their power play, well, it is ice cold right now. They had a 5-minute power play, which went nowhere in overtime in Game 2. They were 0-for-3 overall on the power play. They have not scored a power play goal in this series. In fact, I don't think the Oilers have scored a power play goal on the road yet in the playoffs, but they do cook at home. So if they do get at least 1 or 2 power plays, hopefully they can bang one in there. 27.8% for Edmonton on the power play, which ranks 6th. Their penalty kill is continuing to be the most abysmal penalty kill we've ever seen. The Jekyll and Hyde penalty kill is returning from the regular season, where sometimes it looks amazing and sometimes it looks absolutely dreadful. Last year in the playoffs, the Oilers gave up 4 power play goals total in the entire postseason. I don't even know how many power play goals they've given up already in this postseason. 10, 11, 12. It doesn't matter. The penalty kill sucks. They have to start killing penalties ASAP. Like right now, no excuses. But they are amazing at offense. They are amazing at scoring goals. They score 4.5 goals per game, which ranks 1st in the playoffs. They give up 3.75 goals against, which is 13th in the postseason, and a lot of that has to do with that abysmal penalty kill. Their 5-on-5 play has been much better in terms of goals for, goals against. Expected goals for ranks 1st, 59%. High danger chances rank 1st at 60%. And shots for percentage ranks 2nd in the playoffs, 56.69%. Let's get to the keys to the game and players to watch and the score prediction. Keys to the game for the Edmonton Oilers. Number 1, keep everything outside. Do not let Vegas into the high danger areas. Vegas had way too many good looks on Calvin Pickard in Game 2. And if you want a good chance to win, and if you want Stuart Skinner to get engaged with this game and, feel good about his game early, you can't allow the first shot to be a breakaway or a 2-on-1 or whatever it is. Edmonton has to be defensively responsible tonight and keep everything outside. Let Stu see the puck, clear the blue paint. If Vegas is going to be crashing, right? They're going to be crashing that blue paint. They're going to be trying to make Stu very uncomfortable. This is a team, the Golden Knights that is, that have absolutely torn Stuart Skinner apart in the past, back in 2023. For Edmonton, keep things to the outside and hope that Stu can make the saves that he's supposed to. Number 2, special teams, power play and penalty kill. They both got to get going here. If the Oilers get any power plays at all, they have to convert. If they take any penalties, please stay out of the box. Also, stop taking penalties within the first 5 minutes of the game. You're just asking for trouble. Adam Henrique, just shovel the puck down the ice. Don't shoot it over the glass. Pretty basic stuff, right? Special teams, you have to find a way to kill a penalty and score a power play goal, or this series could go downhill quickly. And number 3, they need more from McDry. Now, the Oilers have the best depth in the playoffs. Every single forward that is in the lineup has scored at least 1 goal. Edmonton has scored 14 goals at 5-on-5 without McDavid or Draisaitl on the ice, which is more than last year in the entire postseason, where they had 12 goals total from their depth players without McDavid and Draisaitl on the ice. For Edmonton, they need a little bit more from McDavid. They need a little bit more from Draisaitl. I know that is really goofy to say because McDavid has 14 points in the playoffs, and I think Draisaitl also has 13 points or something. So they still need a little bit more, though. I would be a little bit more comfortable if they just, they kind of pulled the rope for a game. I love Edmonton's depth, but they need McDavid and Draisaitl to get a couple goals and really force Vegas and put them on the ropes. And for the Golden Knights, there are 3 keys to the game. Number 1, obviously, everything to the net. If Stuart Skinner's in the crease, he can be a little bit leaky. And by a little bit leaky, I mean like really, really leaky. Everything on net for the Golden Knights and see if anything can just break through, especially at 5-on-5. Number 2, need 5-on-5 offense. The Golden Knights have a -9 goal differential at 5-on-5 in these playoffs. They are 13 goals for, 22 goals against, but their expected goals is not reflecting that at all. We know Vegas is going to eventually start producing at 5-on-5, so for Vegas, maybe that happens tonight. That is a key to the game. And number 3, big PP, big wink. Big power play. Their power play continues to be absolutely massive. And if they continue to get power plays from the Oilers from just taking dumb penalties, especially early in games, they are going to have some success tonight. And last but not least, the players to watch. I'm going with both goaltenders. Number 1 for Edmonton, Stuart Skinner. This is his first start in the postseason, his first appearance in the playoffs since Game 2 against the Los Angeles Kings, where I had an absolute crash out in the post-game fan reaction. Let's hope Stuart Skinner has calmed down so that I can remain calm tonight during the live stream. And let's hope that Stu has a great game. And for Vegas, Adin Hill is going to be the player to watch as well. I'm going with both goaltenders. Adin Hill has been leaky in this series. Let's see what happens between these 2 goaltenders tonight. And my score prediction, drum roll, let's do it. I'm going to go 5-4 Oilers with the smiley face, of course. Now, this is going to be hilarious because both these goaltenders are notorious for giving up a ton of goals in these playoffs. Watch this end up being like a 2-1 or 1-0 game or something just absolutely stupid. But I'm going 5-4 Edmonton. I have a lot of confidence in this group on home ice. I really do think Edmonton finds a way to go up 3-0 and really put the pressure on Vegas. This is a massive opportunity for Edmonton. They are not in this position very often. The last time they had a 2-0 series lead was in 2017 against Anaheim. They took both games on the road, but then Anaheim came back and won both games in Edmonton. The Oilers have to defend the house. They have to take advantage of home ice, which they have completely stolen from the Golden Knights. Win at home. Win at home. Win tonight. Go up 3-0 and put Vegas on the ropes. That is it for me. That is the pregame report. I hope you enjoyed. If you're listening on any podcast platform, thank you all so much. It means the world. If you watched or listened to this on YouTube, once again, thank you for your support. The growth of the channel continues to just boggle the mind, so I appreciate all the love and support lately. Before the game tonight, make sure you tell someone that you love them. And as always, fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go, Oilers. Let's go, Stu. Legacy game for Skinner. Let's go, boys. Let's get this thing done.